beginner Easter coasters. I already cleaned the mold and sprayed it down with the mold release. First, I want to say you're going to need a mold that is a little deeper. So something like that is not going to work because we're going to have to layer the grass and the birdie eggs. Okay, so I'm going to set this aside and let that dry off a little bit. Start to prepare our grass. And I got all sorts of different ones. Some are thicker, some are thinner. So we're going to try these out. Okay, and I'm going to start by opening them up, chopping them down a little bit. This grass is a little crazy, so we're going to try to make a nest out of it. Like I said, chop it down a little bit. I'm going to do that with all the different colors, all 4 different colors first, and then we will, this is just to help make it more manageable, we will then add the resin and then put it into the molds. Okay, we have these all chopped up, ready to go, and I mixed my resin. We're going about 8 ounces. I'm going to do 4 coasters. I'm not doing the 6 coasters. So I'm just going to add directly to the cups. Mix that up and then put them in the coasters. It just makes the grass easier to contain. So mix that in there. Get them all nice and wet, more manageable. I think this one's going to be my favorite. It sort of has some like holographic style grass in there. Okay, next. Add them to the mold. And then I'm going to try and shape them into a nest. I'm going for a little bit of clear on the outside then. And also, I don't want to fill up the mold if I don't have to. Try not to make a, too thick of a coaster. So we'll start there. Somewhat trying to shape it to look like a nest. Now if you get little pieces sticking up, don't worry about it. We are going to have a chance to clean them up later. Okay. Next, let's add the eggs. Okay, I got some speckled jelly beans. What do you think? Are they looking like bird nests to you? I think it looks awesome. The jelly beans really set it off. Okay, so we're going to stop there. Well, let's just add the rest of this resin. Get a good first layer, and then we'll come back, add a little more for 100% coverage. All right, we will be back. Okay, our first layer is cured, and right now I want to maybe cut back some of these loose pieces of brass, the ones that are sticking up, so that they don't stick up out of the top coat. Okay. Okay, everything's set. I have my resin poured and mixed, and I'm going to just add enough to cover the highest point, which is the egg. So and this is about another 6 ounces. Okay. All right, so I'm gonna check back in a couple of hours and see how everything's going. Okay, ready to unmold and put our finishing touches on. Okay, I'm just prepping for doming. See some of this grass still that's stuck up around the corner. You want to still leave a little bit of an edge. You have to make sure that you don't cut that off, because then you're not going to be able to dome it without damming it somehow. Looks like the egg is popped up a little bit, but I think that we're going to be okay because it's just a tiny little bump, so we'll be able to cover that. And that's good. Okay. Looking good. Definitely looking like little birdie nests. All right, so anytime that you pour in a mold, you're going to have a bump here, and there's a couple ways you can take care of it. Sand it down, or you can dome it, which is what I prefer to do. It's just going to give it a little bit of a rounded edge, and I already put together 2 ounces of resin. So we did 8 ounces. The second pour we did 6 ounces, and then 2 more ounces for the dome, so a total of 16 ounces for these birdie coasters. I did thin this resin out a little bit by warming it up, but really, whenever you're doming, you should use a more thicker coating resin. Reason for that is it rolling off. If something thinner is going to run right off the side. So just pour a little bit in the middle. And it will level itself out. And you can also just help it to the sides a little bit. Just pour a little streams, because if you pour too much, I mean, you can't go back. Once it starts flowing over the sides, it's really not going to stop. One other way that you can move it to the sides is a heat gun. Also, you could use a torch. So after it's out of the mold, I don't recommend using a torch in the mold, but after it's out of the mold, then you can use a torch, and that will take care of the bubbles for you too. You just can't hold it in one place. Keep it moving or your resin's going to burn. Okay. looks like everything is covered, and I might just go ahead and add a little more resin. I have some more left that will round off the edges a little bit more. I'm just going to pour it in the middle. Like I said, be careful how much you pour on there, because once it starts rolling over the edge, there's no way you can stop it. Okay, that's about it. And I don't know, what do you think? Should we paint the edges, or should we leave them clear? We'll come back and check it out, and let me know in the comments if we should paint the edges or leave it clear like this. I like it clear.